So is it just me, or does it seem like Jerome Powell and our president, right, President Biden, are they in a race to see who can have the lowest approval ratings? We already know that Joe Biden's approval ratings aren't all that hot, but I ran across an article that I thought was fascinating regarding what's going on right now with you and me, the American people, and people throughout the world in terms of their approval rating for Jerome Powell. Now, think about this. In a world where there's not a lot of confidence in the Fed, that could be a world where silver and gold are much more valuable to you and to me, both of us. Because the Fed, it's entirely built on, yes, that's right, confidence. The US dollar is backed by confidence. If confidence is lost in these institutions, that could spell real difficulties for the US dollar. Now, I have an article here from CNN, and to me, this was rather shocking information, okay? What's happening? Only 36% of Americans say they have confidence in Powell on the economy. According to a Gallup survey, that's a new low in Powell's 6-year tenure at the Federal Reserve, and the lowest reading the Gallup has had for any Fed chair, okay? Remember, gold and silver are real money. We own the real McCoy when we have gold and silver. Paper money, you know, dollars, fiat, unicorn fart dust, whatever you want to call it, that's all based on confidence. And what we're learning right now is that Powell's confidence, the rating that the U.S. citizenry is giving to Powell, is at an all-time low for his tenure. Not only that, let's read that again, and the lowest reading Gallup has had for any Fed chair. The data goes back to 2001 in Alan Greenspan. About 28% of Americans say they have almost no confidence. 28% say they have no confidence in the Republican Fed head, first nominated by Donald Trump. Now, guys, I want to get your thoughts on this. So at the end of this live stream, we're going to have a question and answer period. I want you to think of some questions. I want you to think of some pertinent comments, and we're going to go through all of those at the end of this video. Hello, Tony Lubers. Good to see you. How will this affect the Australian dollar? I would say the Australian dollar and the US dollar are very, very similar. Oh, and Rifki Demarshkin says, but Bullard still is in a hawkish tone. Yeah, you're right. That's our Fed governor here in St. Louis. He is an uber hawk. Don't hold it against me. I'm coming to you right now from St. Louis. I apologize for our Federal Reserve Governor, Mr. Bullard, because yes, he is a hawk. Every time Bullard opens his lips, I'm telling you, the price of gold and silver go down. Hello, Silvershire. Hello, Tony Lubers. Thanks all you guys for being here. This was an instantaneous live stream because we need to talk about this. I was shocked. I don't know if this is shocking to you, but I had no idea that Powell and President Biden were in a neck-and-neck race to see who has the lower approval ratings. I mean, come on, man. What is going on? It goes on to say, why it matters. Economists at the Fed work hard to maintain the institution's reputation as a stoic pillar of wisdom, far removed from political whims, and most importantly, effective at making policy. Guys, that's the whole game by the Fed. Confidence. Keep confidence high. Keep confidence in the U.S. dollar, in the system. When this confidence drops, which like we're seeing now, that can be bad for the dollar. I don't like it. You don't like it, right? We're American citizens, but nonetheless, we have to keep our head out of the sand and realize that's part of the reason, a big part of the reason why we hold silver and gold. Recent developments in the banking sector make the dependability of the Fed even more important. The Fed needs Americans to believe that regional banks are stable and that it has the ability to oversee and maintain that stability. The future health of the U.S. economy depends on it. Do you think the banks are healthy? I'm telling you, the banks aren't real healthy right now. Leave a comment in the comment section. I want to hear what you guys are thinking. Do you think banks are really healthy right now? If you do, I want to see health. If you think they're not healthy, I want to see not. Hello, Jerry. Chris does not think the banks are healthy. Tony Lubers, Greg, the financial system collapsed. The Australian dollar will go also. T. Roy says, we do not trust the private Fed. Right, because the Federal and Federal Reserve is no more federal than the Federal and Federal Express. I will never forget when I heard that. Have you heard that, right? The Federal Reserve is a privately owned bank. No, not full of unicorn farts. Yeah, it's very interesting, guys. We need to remember the Fed, it's all based on confidence. This article goes on to say the dead giveaway that the Fed has a problem is that American people know who Powell is. Vince Reinhardt said that. He's the chief economist at Dreyfus and Mellon. Quote, the best circumstances are when things are running smoothly and the Fed is in the background. The next big test for the Fed credibility will be how the American public perceives its oversight of the banking industry, said Reinhardt. Let me know what you think about this, guys. Pull up and have the drink, yeah. Hey, I want to know what you think about this. Silver and gold, buy stock says still have a little more to slide, or slid a little more. Yeah, the today before I got on, I checked. Gold was down. What do we say? 0.5% roughly. Silver down almost 1%. I'm not too worried, right? Azure Blue says buy platinum and Bitcoin. All right, guys, this is your chance right now. If you have any questions, I want you to type them in all caps. What do we want to talk about? What's on your mind right now? 49 says the government can't pay the bills, but we can give Ukraine billions. Yeah, you're not the only one who I think is starting to get a little suspicious about that whole situation. What's the latest news on the debt ceiling? Who can bring us up to date on that? Yesterday, the news came out that BlackRock bought 7 million ounces of silver in PSLV. Tani, I had not heard that. Hold on one second. So BlackRock, the BlackRock, interesting. 7 million ounces of silver yesterday in PSLV. That, my friend, needs to be written down. BlackRock. I'm going to look into that and I will report back because no, I had not heard of that. I appreciate, Tani, you sharing that. Ron, Rifki Drissom says, Ron, will silver go down to 21.50 before it rockets higher? I don't know. It wouldn't shock me to see that happen. But I really don't, we don't know. I'd say, we have about a 30 to 40% chance that we could see silver at 2150. Silvershire raised his debt ceiling today. Very good one. Oh, the price did not move upon it. Yeah, Tani, I'm going to look into that BlackRock PSLV. That's very interesting, and I appreciate you sharing that with us. The Aussies are using credit out of control. Yeah, I think that the Australians were on the list. I did a video yesterday about the 25 most indebted countries in the world. So I believe they were on the list. The Republicans will fold because it's a TV show. That seems to be the popular consensus, right? That the whole debt ceiling thing is just a big show. The Republicans are trying to show that they're being tough on the Democrats. The Democrats are trying to show that they want to, help the American people and raise taxes and increase spending. At the end of the day, it is absolutely so important for us to realize, no matter what happens, the real crisis that we have is the fact that we're even in this situation, that we need to raise the debt crisis, that we have so much debt in this country right now. And it's not just here. Go watch the video I made yesterday of the 25 most indebted countries in the world. I mean, and it's fascinating to me that of all those countries that are so indebted, I didn't see any of the BRICS countries on that list with the high debt to GDP ratio. Dr. Jekyll says, can I invest in mining stocks through an app or website? Or, absolutely. You check out Fidelity, like TD Ameritrade, any of those, and you can invest in mining stocks through that. Just make sure you know what you're doing. Maybe call them. You always want to be careful with mining stocks. They have low float, so you want to always use limit orders, meaning, a set price of what you're willing to pay. I heard the debt thing is a show. Hello, Silvershire. Hello, Greg Sanford. Hello, The Matrix. Dr. Jekyll says, CoinShop Chris says to use E-Trade. Thank you, Chris. And thank you, CoinShop Chris, for being on this live stream with us, my friend. Good morning, old dirty bastard garage. What's on your mind? All right, guys, here's your chance. All caps. What do we want to talk about today? What do you want to hear about? What's on your mind? Anything is fair game. Absolutely anything. Gold and silver. Yeah, I was working on a video this morning, the top 5 reasons to buy silver. Let me see if I can do it from memory. Number 1, we've got such a small amount of money invested in silver and gold on a worldwide basis, like 0.5% of all investable capital. The average is 2%. If we go to 4%, that's like 8 times as much money in gold and silver. What do you think that does for the price of gold and silver? What do you think that does for the price of the mining stocks? I'll tell you what it does. It makes them into rocket fuel. The whole supply-demand picture right now, with silver in particular, we've got like a 300 million ounce silver deficit, meaning there's going to be like 300 million ounces more demanded this year than will be supplied by the mines. Okay? Is that crazy or what? How long can that go on? That'd be like if your kids are running a lemonade stand and they have 80 cups, but they've got 120 people lined up, right? They can raise the price. The price is going to go up, no doubt about it. It's so important, too, when we talk about silver. Silver is still a monetary metal. Silver is a monetary metal, okay? And universal exposure, universal recognition of the fact everywhere in the world, everywhere, silver is recognized as being valuable. And has it been valuable for a few years? Absolutely. A few thousand years, right? The other thing is the fact that silver and gold for that matter, to be used as a vehicle to diversify someone's portfolio. Sure, you might have stocks. Sure, you might have bonds. Sure, you got money in the bank. You got a CD. You got this. You got that. You collect old motorcycles. Great. Whatever you do. But having some money in precious metals is an outstanding way, 10 or 20% for people to diversify their holdings. It's a hedge against inflation, right? That's a key factor for us also to remember. Hey, Greg Sanford, you're never too late to start stacking silver, right? We all wish we'd bought silver earlier, right? When it was $5 an ounce, back in parts of the 80s and early 90s, we all wish that. But, it's never too late. Always dollar cost average in. Found a 64 diamond in my chain. Hey, that's awesome, 49's pure. Good job, my friend. Good job. Don't forget, guys, whatever you want to talk about, this is your live stream, right? I'm hosting it. You're the participant. Give us something in the chat. All caps. You do have to be subscribed to the channel in order to leave a message. So please subscribe. It's free. Just press subscribe. I can say that. Subscribe. And leave a message, okay? Leave a note. We'll talk about it. What you talk about is important. You're all Greg. Keep stacking, brother. Yeah, welcome aboard the pirate ship. That's right, guys. Welcome. Remember, this is kind of like Mr. Rogers' neighborhood for silver and gold investors, and it's a beautiful day. We're together, and we love our silver and gold. We like to talk about it. We like to share it with other people, share our knowledge. So let's keep that alive. Gold Buffalo versus Gold Eagle. RG Roller, I am not a gold coin guru. So somebody please help out RG Roller. What are your thoughts on the Gold Buffalo versus the Gold Eagle? How much should I invest in silver and gold? We don't offer financial advice, okay? Everybody's different, James Escobia. You don't want to put everything into any one investment vehicle. Some people will tell you put everything you have into silver and gold. Some people will say put 10%. You need to do what's comfortable for you. If you're just starting out, again, don't do everything at once. Do it little bits at a time. That's a big key as you build up your stack. You don't want to go diving in all the way down. So the big date for us, we started out this live stream, for those of you who've just joined us, talking about how there's recent data that's been released. This is interesting, regarding approval rating of the Fed, and it's at like 36%. Jerome Powell and Joe Biden are in a neck-and-neck race to see who can have the lowest approval rating. But the big key, really with both of them, but with Powell included, is the whole dollar system, the whole monetary system is based on confidence. And what we're seeing, I think almost 30% of people said they have no confidence in the Fed. Look, you can probably include most of us in that number. But from a silver stacker, gold stacker perspective, what does that mean? What does that mean? People are losing confidence in the Fed, their ability to manage the system, manage the money. What that means, right? What that quite simply means is that is the whole system based on confidence. When that confidence goes away, that will lead to the devaluation of the U.S. dollar. We know all the other factors involved, right? We know all the other geopolitical factors involved and everything else. The dollar goes down in value, inflation will remain stubbornly strong, right? And that will lead to the dollar dropping, the price of gold and silver continuing to go up. That's a big, big, big key for us to remember. Now, on June 14th, you guys know what's happening on June 14th? Let me get my June 14th notes. June 14th is a key day. June 14th. That's right, you're talking to a giant stuffed bear right now. Because on June 14th, what you're going to hear is the latest release on interest rates from the Federal Reserve. And I think, let me know, I hate to keep asking you guys this question. I really think they're going to pause. I know last week the Fed governors all came out and said, oh, we got to raise rates and oh, we got trouble. I think they're going to pause, and I think the price of gold and silver are going to shoot higher. Now, let me know what you think about that in the comments here. I want to hear what you think, but I really think they're bluffing. They're so full of it. I think they're bluffing. I think we're going to see a pause. I think we're going to see then the price of silver and gold really take off at that point. That's what I'm foreseeing. And what are we on here? We're on the 22nd, so we got what, like 3 weeks? 3.5 weeks? I guess it's probably 3 weeks from Wednesday this week we're going to get that. They will pause and then hike. Chris P., put your bunch of pause on there. Thank you, Chris. That's awesome. Fed will pause in June till the end of the year. Okay, Rifki. How many ounces of silver stack should I start buying gold? That's, again, a personal preference to whether you like silver or gold. Today's the anniversary of the first Bitcoin transaction to buy 2 pizzas. If they'd held the Bitcoins, they'd be worth $27 million. That's interesting. I bet they wish they'd saved it. Tiny Lubers, if they want things to blow up, they will hike. That's another way to look at what's going on, right? Do they really want things to blow up? I have a suspicion that could be the case as well. We've got major geopolitical issues going on, right? We've got major banking issues going on. We've got the inflation issues going on. We got the Fed, are they finally running out of duct tape? Is their roll of duct tape running dry? And are they just going to say, you know what, we need to reset this? We need to roll out the CBDC. That's another option. Absolutely. Azure Blue says, gold is the money of kings, silver, the money of gentlemen, and barter, the money of peasants, but debt is the money of slaves. That's interesting. I like that. You added one. I don't usually do the peasants one, but yes, debt is the money of slaves, and we are in such debt. I got this whole stack of list of the top 25 indebted countries. It's crazy. Hello, Milton Helm from South Africa. Good to see you. We got a pause from Alan. Azure Blue. Silvershire, the bomb is lit. Yeah, who said that? Somebody very intelligent. Oh, shoot. Who was it? It's just said like the debt, it's like a bomb hurling at the country right now. I've heard all these, Jeffrey Gunlock, he said, we can't kick the can anymore, guys. We can't kick the can. Thank you for the 50 thumbs up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Thank you. More bubblegum. Silver, more affordable and severely undervalued as its industrial use far exceeds any other conductors. Yes, the base system that's used to measure electric conductivity is based on silver. Silver is 100. I think copper is like a 94 or a 95. So nothing in the world beats our friend silver. Okay, Kissif and Hebrews, money and silver. Is there any tips when starting to stack silver, and where should I store it? Hello, Azure Blue, Dr. Jekyll. Make sure if you buy silver, you're getting real silver, and make sure wherever you store it, it is secure. Those are 2 keys. And you want to pay as a little amount as you can, but you want to make sure you're getting real silver. Trusted coin dealer in your area would be Fart. What do you mean, Dr. Jekyll? What are you talking about? I didn't fart. Oh, Lordy. Oh, Lordy. So, June 14th, Fed pause, gold and silver take off. Am I crazy? Huh? I mean, come on, guys. Am I crazy? Silvershire says, support your local coin shop if you can. Yes. Trusted local coin shop. That's the big key. Trusted local coin shop. That's the huge, huge key. You know what we haven't talked about, guys? It's a big deal. Big, big deal. And we haven't talked about it forever. It's been like forever. And this is a sleeper, you know? We get these things that are sleepers. The fact that only 0.5% of the world's investable capital is in silver and gold right now, that is a sleeper. Okay, we already talked about that. If it goes back to the average amount, we got multiple times more money coming into the gold and silver sector, right? But there's other sleeper factors out there as well. What are some other sleeper factors that you can tell me about in the why would you buy silver right now? Let's get your perspective from all over the world. We know the supply demand, right? But there's a big sleeper. I'll see if somebody can guess it. I want to see though why would you guys buy silver right now, right? It's the most electrically conductive metal on the earth. That's a good example of a reason why you would buy silver. Come on, guys. I want you to contribute. Come on, man. Tell me what you think in the thank you, Nasir. Thank you. Tell me, why would you buy silver? What gives you a warm and fuzzy when you think about silver? When you buy it. Nasir says silvers and cars. Yes, and that will only increase. Tani Lubers, it's money. Yes, it is. It's the earth's money. It's God's money, however you want to say it. Thank you, Tani. That's awesome. Hello, Buddy Rumble. Buddy Rumble, I want you to tell me, what's a good reason to buy silver? Stacking silver can be quite painful, but no pain, no gain. Yeah, Rick. Chris P says it's undervalued. Real money also. And I think what Chris P is saying is, especially if you look at things like the silver to gold ratio, it's like 80 to 1. Traditionally, that can be like 17 to 1. Gold is going to test 1850. All right. Well, that could definitely happen. Our friend Michael has a great reason to buy silver. Good job, Michael, because you can hold it. Azor, solar panels. Yes, right. And what's interesting about solar panels, I don't know if you guys have heard this, but number one, they're going to be making many, many more. Just the number of panels is going way up. But the new solar panel technology needs more silver. A lot of people the last couple of years are saying, oh, they're going to be using less silver. But this newest level of technology for solar panels, from what I understand, will be using more silver per panel. So you got more silver per panel plus more panels. That means a lot more silver. Okay, John Rees picked up a few old British silver coins. Silver in space. Yeah, I don't know about that. I'll believe that one when I see it. If that happens, we'll have a whole new frontier to talk about. Silver's not recycled. Yeah, it's not really economically viable to recycle silver. Keith Neumeyer says until it gets to about $50 per ounce. So yes, that's right. They throw it away, right? Makes you think, like in 500 years, probably people will be mining our old trash dumps, right, to get the minerals out of it. 10 bars, real money. Everybody says hi. Everybody say hi to Buddy Rumble. More than gold. The silver to gold ratio, typically 15 to 1, right? Now it's like 80 to 1. I mean, come on. Where's my calculator? Somebody do the math. What's, let's say 2,000 divided by 15? What is that? I mean, what is that? Is that over 100? I don't know. That's what the price of silver would be if we were back at a 15-to-1 ratio. So maybe not quite 100, maybe like 70, 15-to-1, 70 times 15. I don't know. My brain's not working today, guys. I'm sorry. It's true and sound money being prepared. Jesse James, it's back up. What's back up? If all goes down, you'll be able to buy goods with silver. Good point, Tani. Right. If everything goes to crud in the world, you will be able to buy goods and services with silver. If all goes down, people don't know the true value of silver. No, hey, thank you, Azor. Another great reason. No counterparty risk, right? Excuse me. Here. This is mine, right? I don't have to worry about it being in some bank and the banker buying some bad investments and not being able to pay me back. Absolutely. A gold coin would not be too handy. That's right. Silver is easier for smaller purchases. To be sure that money now will be money in the future. Yes. Hello, Mr. Blonde. Captain Ron. Who's calling me Captain Ron? That was my nickname in college. I don't know. Who is that? Anyway, good to see you, Mr. Blondie. T-Roy, gold is stored in a vault. Silver never gets used and dumped in. Yeah, okay, so gold is stored in a vault. Silver is used and dumped in a landfill. Yes, T-Roy, thank you, buddy. Never sell your silver. Buy it for the coming. Yes, buddy Rumble. Coming hardships. Can trust the banks, so I am my own banks. Can't trust the banks. Exactly. You're your own bank, What's going on in the world right now? Just think about this. Geopolitically, the BRICS, the St. Petersburg Forum coming up, right? The ASEAN countries, they're all moving away from the dollar. What are they moving to? They're all moving to gold and silver. All these countries that aren't on the most indebted list, they're like, we're done. We're going to gold and silver, right? Excuse me, what's going on in the United States? You got a bunch of states that are moving back to gold and silver. Aha! What does that tell you? What about you? I want to ask you. What about you as an individual? Are you your own central bank? Do you own some physical gold and silver? Sure, you have a bank account, sure, but the whole world seems to be reawakening to the fact that never went away that gold and silver are real money. Paul says he buys because his safe is not full and I need it to hold more. Availability is going to be decreasing. Yes. Golden Griffin Dave. Hey, buddy. Elon Musk. Yeah, there's a lot of talk about Elon Musk potentially buying silver mines, right? He needs it. Okay. Oh, thank you. Total Wisdom, Rick Korutz, and Alan. If we were at a 15-to-1 silver to gold ratio, we would have silver over $120, $130 per ounce. That's historically what it's been. And I think in the Earth's crust anymore, it's like even lower than 15-to-1. And that the silver that is pulled out of the ground, a lot of that is used, right? Consumed. It's crazy. I hope to stack my weight in silver. Well, I hope you're overweight, Kevin. That was pretty funny, wasn't it? Kevin wants to stack his weight in silver, and I said, I hope you're overweight, Kevin. Don't be too overweight, though. We want you to be healthy. And if you lose weight and you need to get rid of some silver so you keep that, you can send it to me, okay? Dr. Jekyll, the only thing that compares to silver as far as conductivity is graphene. Interesting. Yes, I've heard about that. Silver was money before gold. Yes, I said that earlier as well, Lord Humongous. Thank you for pointing that out. Another great reason why silver is so attractive right now. When gold and silver go down, Mr. Buddy Rumble says, in price, that's the time to buy. Yep. When it drops, buy, buy, buy. I then need to go on one heck of a diet. Yagi, that's funny. He's talking about stacking his weight in silver. If you don't hold it, you don't own it. That's right. That's right. Coin Shop Chris and I were talking about that this morning. If you don't hold it, you don't own it. Period. Amen, Kevin. It's your biggest and last backup? Yeah. Yes, I'm ready for one more backup. Bitcoin can be lost on a keystroke. Yes. Stacking Surfer. Bank yourself. They joined the BRICS. Yeah. All my metals and guns sank in the boat. Portability. Yes. More gold fits. That's a good point. Yes, it is easier to move gold around. Everybody going to gold. Hey, thank you, Lord Humongous. I'm glad you're here, my friend. Welcome. We are a group of like-minded people. All of us together right now, 140 of us together, right? We love to talk about silver and gold. We don't keep our head in the sand, right? We talk about the tough subjects. So, thank you. Hello, John. Chris, Coin Shop Chris. Kings had gold. People had silver. Yes. Somebody says the LH heard closer to 7-1. Yeah, I think you're talking about the silver to gold ratio. I think that's the ratio that it's in the Earth's crust, they say, is like 7-1. Although, so gold has been overvalued for a long time. We love gold, don't get me wrong. How much silver, Ron? What do you suggest? I'm comfortable saying 10%. Just a suggestion, not financial advice. There is silver in the human body. Yes, thank you. Thank you. Warren Buffett. Yeah, Warren Buffett at one point was a big silver investor. Man, you guys are doing wonderful in the comments today. Thank you. Buddy Rumbo is with us. Shortage for silver will be a fact. 80-1 silver to gold ratio right now. Isn't that crazy? Man, we are ready for a higher silver price. We're high and we're cool with gold dragging it up as well, right? We're ready for a higher gold price as well, but I think June 14th. I think, we may have 2 or 3 weeks. We might see gold drift, silver drift a little bit, but I think June 14th is going to be a big day for silver and gold investors. Thank you for joining me today. I hope you have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you back here in the basement soon. You know you're always welcome here. Go check out another video. You can go to the Ron's Basement YouTube channel. I'll see you soon. Thank you.